Just a few years after Dirty Dancing, and 1 year before the release of Ghost, Patrick Swayze took on a unique role as a bouncer with a Ph.D. in philosophy in the 1989 film Roadhouse. At the time, producers were optimistic, predicting the film would become one of the greatest drive-in movies ever made. However, after numerous broadcasts on cable, the movie found a different kind of fame, becoming a quintessential "so bad it's good" cult classic. Directed by Rowdy Herrington, the film also stars Sam Elliott, Kelly Lynch, and Ben Gazzara. The plot centers around Patrick Swayze's character, Dalton, an expert cooler, or head bouncer, who is adept at quelling bar fights without endangering himself. Frank Tillman, the owner of the Double Deuce Bar in the fictional town of Jasper, Missouri, hires Dalton away from a bar in New York City because he needs someone who can handle the frequent outbreaks of violence at his establishment. Tillman hopes Dalton will not only manage the chaos, but also train the other bouncers to better control the unruly crowds. During one particularly intense fight, Dalton is injured and subsequently treated by Dr. Elizabeth Clay, the town's local physician. Dalton's early successes at the bar and his developing romance with Dr. Clay anger Wesley, the town's crime boss. As Dalton continues to stand up to Wesley, tensions escalate, setting the stage for a climactic showdown that will test Dalton's limits and determine the future of the town. Kelly Lynch, who portrayed Dr. Clay, was not the producer's first choice for the role. Initially, Annette Bening was cast, but she was soon replaced because Patrick Swayze felt no chemistry with her. Interestingly, although the film is set in Jasper, Missouri, it was entirely filmed in California. The crew even had to make the Double Deuce look grittier upon the producer's request, as they initially thought it appeared too upscale. Patrick Swayze's good looks caused quite a stir during production. A group of middle-aged women in a pickup truck tried to drive up to his trailer to meet him. Additionally, during the filming of a major fight scene by the river, a raft full of Swayze's admirers floated by, eager to catch a glimpse of the star. A female extra playing a waitress was so distracted by Swayze's presence that she tripped and spilled drinks all over the other extras. Swayze himself was not particularly fond of his hairstyle in the film, as he was required to wear a mullet, which he found uncomfortable. Compounding his discomfort was a knee injury. After a grueling 5-day shoot for a fight scene with Marshall Teague, who played the character Jimmy, Swayze had to have nearly 3 ounces of fluid drained from his knee. This was not his first experience with knee issues, having previously undergone a procedure during the production of Dirty Dancing. Red West, who played Red Webster, the owner of the auto parts store in the film, had an interesting background. He attended high school with Elvis Presley, often referred to as the King, and was a member of the Memphis Mafia, a group of close associates of Elvis. West also wrote songs and appeared in several Elvis movies, in addition to working extensively as a stuntman. The town of Jasper, where the film's story unfolds, is fictional and situated outside of Kansas City. As Dalton enters the town, a "Welcome to Jasper" sign can be seen. There is, however, a real Jasper in Missouri, located south of Kansas City, known for its nearby rivers, much like those depicted in the film. The script also includes a reference to contacting a friend at the FBI office in Springfield, Missouri, which is 65 miles away from the real Jasper. But, as mentioned earlier, none of the filming actually took place in Missouri. Many characters in Roadhouse bear names inspired by infamous or notable figures from the Wild West. Wade Garrett, for instance, shares a last name with Pat Garrett, the sheriff famous for killing Billy the Kid. The character Brad Wesley's last name is the middle name of John Wesley Hardin, a notorious outlaw known for his violent temper, including shooting a man for snoring too loudly. Kelly Lynch's character is nicknamed Doc, a nod to the famous gunfighter Doc Holliday. Emmett, who owns the barn where Dalton rents a room, shares his first name with Emmett Dalton, leader of the infamous Dalton Gang of Outlaws. Initially, there was tension between Marshall Teague and Patrick Swayze during the filming of their big fight scene. However, they soon discovered a mutual commitment to performing realistic stunts. This shared dedication led to a deep trust between them, allowing them to improvise many parts of the fight, including throwing real punches and kicks. At one point, when Jimmy swings a log at Dalton, Teague mistakenly believed it was a breakaway prop, which resulted in Swayze suffering from multiple bruises, 2 broken ribs, and an aggravated knee injury by the end of the shoot. The film faced some criticism after its disappointing box office performance. Critics targeted United Artists for marketing the movie as a lighter, more comedic film in an attempt to draw in female moviegoers who had enjoyed Swayze in Dirty Dancing. Despite this, the film's long-lasting popularity on home video and cable television secured its status as a cult classic, firmly embedding it in the cultural lexicon. Kelly Lynch, in preparation for her role as Dr. Clay, spent an entire month in a real emergency room to learn the skills necessary for her character. She even learned how to stitch wounds properly for a specific scene. However, the scene was altered, and staples were used instead, much to her frustration, as she had become quite proficient at suturing. Julie Michaels, who portrayed the character Denise, performed one of the most memorable and provocative dance scenes in the film, where she loses her top, captivating everyone in the bar, including Swayze's character. Michaels was extremely anxious before shooting this scene because she had never performed partially nude before. What made the situation even more challenging was that her boyfriend had tragically committed suicide the night before filming. Despite her emotional turmoil, Michaels insisted on going through with the shoot, which adds a layer of poignancy to her performance that viewers may not realize. In the end, while Roadhouse may not be regarded as a great film by traditional standards, it remains an entertaining watch. Its mix of action, drama, and unintentional comedy has secured its place as a beloved cult classic, inviting viewers to enjoy its unique charm and spirited performances. Whether appreciated ironically or genuinely, Roadhouse continues to captivate audiences with its over-the-top scenarios and memorable characters. Here we end. Thank you for your attention. Like and subscribe. There are many interesting things ahead. Good luck.